See Grum's post about this, and I do agree with this. Um, so what we see here, this is about the Genshin Impact Natlan controversy, where people are mad that a lot of the natlan characters have light skin. Well, not just light skin. I guess they're well, I wouldn't say they're white, but they have like white colored skin, I suppose. And since natlan is supposedly based on like it's like Hawaii or like I don't know, basically some place that is supposed to have a lot of um darker skinned people. Basically, they are mad about it. But as Grumps points out, if you ever were like annoyed about like these race swaps, like this is Ariel, this is Velma, this is the continuation of Game of Thrones, I forgot what it's called. Cleopatra. I think this is Lord of the Rings, like the continuation of it. One of the continuations. Yeah, basically, if you ever spoke out about that, people would say like, "Oh, why do you care? It's fiction, and you're racist and stuff like that." Whilst, for the Genshin one, they're like all complaining, despite the fact that Genshin is fictional, and like they said, you shouldn't care about like skin color and stuff like that. And this always happens. It's kind of like a recurring theme. There's even like video game examples, like for example, God of War, when one of the gods was like race swapped, and I don't know how you say her name, like Angrobida or something like that. She was race swapped to be black, and people said that if you were against that, you were racist. A similar situation of the reverse, like people get mad, and people will say that one of the counters to that is, oh, black people don't get a lot of representation and stuff like that. Well, I mean, if they wanted black people to get representation, God of War, for example, could have just been fighting like African gods or something like that, instead of white gods who are then race swapped to be black, But like the people who, like, it's not like any of us are on the team like on the God of War team telling them to make it so the God of War is fighting, white gods or anything like that. Team is the one, specifically making the game and making it so you're not fighting African gods. So therefore, um, they wouldn't be black. And there was like another race swap, like in the Thor movie, the bridge god, or I forget his name, but he's also been race swapped to black when he's supposed to be white as well. And there's like a million more examples because it happens like all the time. And a lot of times they'll call you racist, but it's it's really just projection because a lot of these people are just like racist against white people, and like you can see it on Twitter and like stuff like that. Where with this whole like DEI thing that's coming out, you see a lot of these people are like really racist towards white people on Twitter, and it's very normalized. It seems like very normalized in their like community. I think like it's all projection. And it's all projection that they care a lot about like what the race of the characters are, because they kind of present themselves as like, oh, we don't care about race and stuff like that. But as you see here in these examples, they actually do. And also about the boycott itself is like pretty ridiculous because all the people, like I would say the voice actors, if they like really left or something, because I heard like the voice actors left, if they're at least standing by the principles, even though I don't agree with what they are boycotting. At least they're standing by the principles and not supporting the game and not voicing the game, whatever. Now I don't think Genshin's actually gonna like change these characters skin color or anything, because the same thing happened with Sumeru, and Genshin didn't change anything. And the game's just, the game's doing just fine. You know, it didn't. It's really like meaningless. So one, I think like Genshin won't be hurt by this at all. Like it literally won't affect them. Because the boycott, like people aren't really boycotting, and the Hoyo creators who saying like this is bad or something, they themselves are still streaming the game, still supporting the game. So at the end of the day, it's just virtue signaling. Like any Genshin creator who is still playing the game yet complaining, they are, they have like no spine. They have like no spine. They're like completely spineless. And honestly, no one should listen to anything they have to say because they aren't principled at all. I'm doing more for this boycott than like any Genshin creator who like is speaking up about this but still playing the game, because I haven't played, you know, I haven't been streaming the game, even though, you know, I'm not part of this boycott and, you know, I don't care at all, but you know, I stream the game less than they have, because I haven't streamed the game at all. Yeah, I think the people should either, the Genshin creators should either shut up or just, yeah, I mean, if they're gonna stream the game anyway, then they should just shut up. Like, it doesn't matter what they have to say. Because if they're not gonna stand by it, by not supporting the game, not streaming the game, then it's completely meaningless. Their words are completely meaningless. It's just virtue signaling for likes on Twitter, and for, you know, good boy points, and that's it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole Genshin race swap controversy. I think Genshin will do just fine. The boycott is meaningless. I don't think Genshin will change anything at all. And yeah, that's it. And I don't think they should change anything. But like, I think my position is that the creator of a game should be able to make any combination of races they want in their game. Like, if they want to make a game with all white people and there's like no black people to be seen, then that's fine. If they want to make it about like all black people and there's no white people, that's fine, you know? But I feel like whenever like a creator makes a game purely like mostly white or like all white or something, then there's like a controversy. Like, for example, with Final Fantasy, I believe it was 16, was it IGN or like some big gaming news company was asking like, oh, why aren't there more like black people or something like that? And, you know, the developer has to like give some like convoluted reasoning. You can't just say like, oh, because I don't know, I just made it like that, that's it. Yeah, because I feel like that is, you know, that's true freedom. You know, that is true creative freedom. To just be able to make, you know, any combination of races. And it kind of shows that people like do, well, I mean, the people who purport to not care about race like do care about race. I just want the developer to make whatever combination of races they want to. And I'm glad Genshin's able to do that. That they aren't capitulating to, they aren't capitulating to people and just making the game that they want to make. So yeah, that's my stance. Also, I don't think this is because like China's racist or anything, because I've heard that like sentiment that people are like, oh, China's racist, that's why. There aren't like a lot of black people or anything like that. Because objectively speaking, well, for one, Genshin could have just put no black people in the game. And also, I struggle to call them black people because they're just like, you know, darker skinned people with like, with anime features. I wouldn't even say white features, like, you know, anime features. Because, you know, like a lot of them still have like straight hair and like, you know, stuff like that. Like, they don't have like the phenotype of wait, actually, is the word phenotype? But you know, they don't have like the facial differences of like someone who is black, you know, or someone who is like a different race. It would just be like one of these characters. Like a lot of these people just show like, you know, in their fixed art, they just show the same character except they have darker skin now. To say that represents like an authentic like you know, like other race of like black person or something like that, you know. But yeah, it's very skin deep. It's very like literally skin deep. I don't think Genshin's racist or anything like that. I don't think MiHoYo is racist because objectively speaking, they could have just added no black people in the game and they could have made every black person the enemy, but they didn't do that because they don't care about like DEI or anything like that. So they could have just done that and said, you know, you all can go fuck yourselves. Like that's what we're doing. But they didn't do that. There's some good people who are black. There's some bad people who are black, and you know, it's just normal. So yeah. So those are my full thoughts on the situation. I will see you